Oh boy, am I looking forward to doing this review, MJ.
Yeah.
Oh God, we got Money in the Bank, which we are going to nickname, in MJ's words, Money in the Botch. You'll find out why later. But this is going to be our review for the Money in the Bank pay-per-view for WWE. I am Mr. Parkin, and this guy sitting next to me, he's not going to get as loud a pop as CM Punk, but he will get a huge one from the YouTube wrestling community. It's MJ.
What's up?
What's up, MJ? What's up to you guys out there? Oh, make sure you subscribe up above and like this video and put your comments on the show down below, especially that fucking epic main event match that we got tonight.
Make sure you do. And make sure you also contact us in the links in the description box below.
Yes, get in contact. Now, before we start this video, make sure you check out our live reactions video that we will be posting up soon, as we've got some fucking awesome reactions on there for you guys. So make sure you check that out. I guarantee you it will be very entertaining. Now, anyway, shall we just get onto this Money in the Bank pay-per-view, because there was so much that happened. We started off with the SmackDown Money in the Bank ladder match. For me, in my opinion, it was a perfect opener, because you know it's going to be fast-paced, you know, there's a lot of high flyers in there. So for me, it was the perfect opener, and I didn't really see where else this was going to fit on the card, in my opinion.
The perfect chance, because the thing about this match, it was full of wrestlers that we all wanted to see.
Yep.
It was full of good moments, I think.
Yes.
And I'd just say that this match was just a perfect opener.
Yeah, Sin Cara got injured after doing a spot. It wasn't good to see him going out on a stretcher. I don't think it was the most exciting Money in the Bank ladder match, but the ending itself really made the Money in the Bank ladder match for me. There wasn't too much in it, not too many spots, but Daniel Bryan wins the Money in the Bank ladder match for SmackDown. And this is one thing I'll give WWE. We did not expect Daniel Bryan to win this Money in the Bank ladder match, did we, MJ?
It was kind of predicted, kindly in the back of my mind, that SmackDown needs faces.
Yes, yes.
In the main event. And now they, of all the wrestlers they had in that match, Daniel Bryan was the one who would have gone on and become that.
I was expecting it to be Wade Barrett, Cody Rhodes, maybe even Sheamus, but I'm content with Daniel Bryan, because I know he's a great wrestler, and I know he's one of those guys that kind of deserves a push in WWE, and a lot of people think he does too. So for me, he's a very worthy winner. I wasn't too sure at first, but now actually thinking about it, I think WWE can actually do great things to him. And what more do you want? It's a surprise at a pay-per-view, which we've all been wanting, and it just makes it that much more exciting.
Because the thing about the surprise, that throughout this match, every wrestler had a chance of winning. You saw, oh, is he going to win there? Or is he going to win there? So they all had a chance, but Daniel Bryan's winning came out on top.
The only issue I have with this is he wasn't really built up to it, in my opinion, in the last 6 months. But I'm prepared to look past that, because this match went on for had a good amount of time for an opener, and but with 6 matches pre-announced, I wasn't really surprised this went on a long time. But it was still a decent match, not the best Money in the Bank ladder match that I've seen, but still a good match to open the card, in my opinion.
Well, what I say, the building up thing, as much if they did build him up, you would have a kind of idea that maybe he was going to win. But the fact that
surprise,
it was a surprise, so I'm going to say thumbs up to that.
Yeah, definitely a good opener there for WWE. And now we will go on to the Divas match after this. Welcome to British Fist's first tea time segment for the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. Today, there's going to analyse the lovely Divas match we had, and this Kelly have some fantastic knocks.
And she was very nicely dressed with all the nice shape and clothes.
Yes, indeed. By the way, in case you didn't know, I am Mr. Parkin, and this guy sitting next to me is MJ.
What's up?
Yes, indeed. Well, what more can we say about this Divas match? It was very, 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 very entertaining. And Kelly gets the victory, of course, because Brie Bella is American, and so is Kelly, and they run wrestling. Wrestling, they like to call it.
What I'll say about the match is it sure got me aroused.
No, it's got you aroused during the match, but it didn't get you aroused not enough to have tea, eh, my friend? Shall we just take it back to the British Fist so they can talk about the big guys in that match? It sucked, oh my goodness! And moving on from that lovely tea time segment we've done at the request of many, many people in the YWC, we get Big Show versus Mark Henry. What more can I say about this match, really? It's between 2 big guys. It was a slowish type match. There's a lot of good stuff in there, though. You had Big Show going off the top rope. So for me, it was an okay match, considering these 2 guys are 2 big guys.
The thing about big guys is you know it's going to be a slow match.
Yes.
But the good thing is they managed to take each other down differently. You saw like Big Show doing a strong elbow.
Yep.
You saw Mark Henry doing his slams, not once but twice.
Yep.
And then he did his big belly drop.
Oh, the belly drop, yeah.
And it managed to take Big Show down.
Yeah.
The thing is, Big Show just came back from an injury. And
at least they focused on that injury though, which was good.
They
Realism.
did. And they took him out. They took Big Show out again.
Yep.
I'm not sure if that's the best thing, but it does make Mark Henry look like a stronger, dominant heel.
And to me, that was going to be the whole purpose of this match, because you've got Big Show, a big guy there, and if Mark Henry can take him out, then who can he take out? Who can't he take out? Maybe even a guy like Randy Orton or something. But this match wasn't the most interesting match. It was interesting in the way that it was done. But I kind of knew Mark Henry was going to win. But it was still a decent match considering these two guys are two big guys. It didn't get a great amount of time, but still got enough time for what it was, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'll say it's proven what it's needed to. Mark Henry is looking like a dominant heel, so it's done its job.
Yep, it definitely did its job there. Mark Henry looks like a fucking monster now he's taken up Big Show, doesn't he?
And whatever he's going to do next, I look forward to that.
Yes, definitely. That's one good thing they've got going for SmackDown at the moment. We then get on to the Raw Money in the Bank ladder match, which is our main contestant for botchiest match of the year, in my opinion. At the start, we had them all having ladders, which was a very unique start, and they all basically just took out Del Rio, who's already the #1 contender. So,
and the thing about they all had a ladder. They all held ladders. We had R-Truth with Little Jimmy's ladder.
The Little Jimmy ladder.
Rey Mysterio went for the big one.
Oh, of course, yeah.
That's about. And they all went smack right into Alberto.
Pretty much, they all took out Del Rio. Of course, we know he's already the #1 contender. In my opinion, there were some great spots in this match. We had some great spots off the top rope. Evan Bourne doing his airborne onto the guys. It was pretty good. Miz, though, got a bit of an injury during the match. We think he tweaked his knee or hyperextended his knee or something, which was a bit disappointing, as I did expect a lot from Miz. But he did make his epic comeback at the end, didn't he?
He did. But the thing about this is that I thought going into this match it was all going to be about rivalries.
Yes.
Everyone that was in a rivalry is going to go at it, and it's going to leave Alberto Del Rio to be able to just, because he hasn't really got a rivalry with anyone else in that match. I thought it was going to be an opening for him to go in there and get the briefcase.
Definitely.
It was kind of a shock.
Yeah, this match was okay. It's just that it had so many botches, and it kind of ruins the match a little bit when you have so many botches, despite the fact that the botches do make the match rather brutal. And to be honest, when you've had two Money in the Bank ladder matches and you've had two guys stretch it out for them, it's kind of a bit of a disappointment, really, because, it means you've got two less wrestlers if they're very seriously hurt.
Yeah, the botches did not do any wrestlers any favours, because you saw many of them going up to get the briefcase, and there was many botches on top of the ladder.
Yeah. And
it's just, I think there's just too much. I know these wrestlers don't pick when the botches come. That'd be kind of sad if they do.
Yes.
And I think that it was just too much for the match to be taken too seriously.
I do think that this match suffered from the fact that a lot of them were in their first Money in the Bank, and some of them were in their first ladder matches. You could tell that from some of the botches they made. But overall, both the matches, both the Raw and SmackDown Money in the Bank had drama. And of course, the person who we predicted to win, who is already the #1 contender, Alberto Del Rio, wins the briefcase. And I am so happy this happened, as you can tell from my reaction in the reactions video.
Of all the wrestlers, he was the one who deserves this. Yes, he's the #1 contender, so I kind of thought maybe he's going to slip to someone else. But he actually deserves this, because him having the briefcase has made his destiny a whole lot stronger now.
And it suits his gimmick as well. A guy like that can hold the briefcase. The way he won it, though, was pretty interesting. He pretty much ripped Ray's mask off before he climbed to the top, so Ray obviously wasn't going to go up there and attack him.
The amount of wrestlers that have been trying to do that, and Alberto does it like that, was just awesome. He just went, goodbye.
Definitely.
And Ray did not want to get up.
Nope. But that was a decent match, a good match in my opinion, and the right person won. I think this Del Rio, it suits his character perfectly, and I think give him a good bit of time to hold on to the briefcase, and it should be a good Money in the Bank cash-in as long as they don't make him lose it. But anyway, we'll go on to the next match. A match which we weren't really looking much forward to, because we all thought who was going to win this match, and we didn't really like the feud going into it. But Christian versus Randy Orton for the World Heavyweight Championship. This turned out actually to be better than I expected. I thought this was going to be very boring because we'd seen it many times before. I thought it was a good match, but we have, like you're about to say, I'm guessing, seen it too many times now.
It is also seen it too many times, but the thing I didn't like was, I know it's the heel thing, but the whole contract full with all these little glitches and that. I just thought, why not just have a one-on-one match and finish the rivalry like that?
Yeah, this match, in my opinion, it was quite back and forth. It did keep me interested, which is quite rare for a Randy Orton match.
The thing is, they added new moves in.
Yeah.
Both wrestlers did different moves that you didn't think, and we got to see the kill switch actually get hit on Orton.
But Orton kicks out of it, of course.
He did.
Yeah, but towards the end of the match, Christian spat in the face of Randy Orton, and this just got him going hugely, and he got disqualified after a low blow. So basically, Christian is your new heavyweight champion by disqualification.
I guess Orton forgot the rules of the match. Or
I hear voices in my head. They tell me not to get disqualified. They tell me to blow Christian in the head.
The thing is, there's one part of the match where he could have punched Christian. I was like,
but yeah. So basically, Christian is your new heavyweight champion. Again, I didn't expect this to happen. I just expected Orton to win. But Christian winning, I kind of like it. But at the same time, I didn't really want to see this rivalry continue. Because I think we've seen it for a bit long now, and it kind of has gotten stale. But I guess the whole Christian winning by, the disqualification rule, having that in his contract, kind of suits a heel gimmick, which kind of is okay for me. I just didn't want to see it carry on.
But talking about heel, after the match, Orton goes crazy and just tries to destroy Christian.
Goes mental, doesn't it?
RKO on the table, RKO on the table.
Yeah.
It just wouldn't break. But again, the face expression that Orton gave, I thought, here's heel Orton, but the crowd just weren't giving it to him. And
to be honest with you, the crowd were really into it. I could not believe
they weren't accepting him as a heel.
No,
they were keeping him as a face.
They were keeping him as a face, it would seem, because he was doing heel stuff. But it was really interesting how the crowd were on Orton's side on this, because as far as we know, a lot of people hate Orton. Apparently not in Chicago. But
no, again, and we all know the one thing I'm looking forward to. Not many people are, but I'm not a fan of Christian as the champ for some reasons. Orton's going to get a rematch.
Yes, no doubt this rivalry will continue now, even though we have Daniel Bryan as the next sort of face going into the main event, according to Money in the Bank. But anyway, that was a decent match, I would say. Shall we just get onto this main event now? Because it was fucking epic.
It was, and the match was John Cena versus CM Punk.
No, we're not doing WrestleMania 20. That is CM Punk. This is a WWE title match in which if CM Punk won, he would walk out the champion, walk out WWE the champion, and if John Cena lost, he'd be fired. So, one thing I loved about this match, right, is the fucking crowd pop that CM Punk got was one of the biggest I've seen since WrestleMania 18 with Hulk Hogan and The Rock. And it was such a big reception for a guy who's in his home crowd, the Chicago crowd. And it sounded like an ROH crowd from the sounds of what they were saying.
And it was the complete opposite for Cena. He didn't get as loud as he normally does, which I was really loving, just because I don't like
But
Cena.
Punk still claps Cena because he has respect for him, apparently. So, but yeah, should we just get onto this match? Because before this match had such a great feel going into it, didn't it? And it kept us on the edge of our seats. And we were really, really anticipating the ending for this match, which is what made it a very well, not the best built-up match, but we just really didn't know what was going to happen, which was what made the match so good, in my opinion.
It did. You look at it and you see that, in my opinion, Cena was looking... Yes, people say it's two-sided, but to me, Cena was looking like the strong one. A bit stronger than he should have. And the amount of moves he managed to hit on CM Punk that thought this could be it, CM Punk managed to kick out.
He kicks out 2 FUs, 2 AAs even. Now, to me, this was a good, slow wrestling match. What, it went on for about half an hour or something? It went on for a very long time. But Punk made Cena work. And even though Cena didn't hit some of his spots, which might be partly both their fault, it was still a good match, and they did a lot of different things, stuff that you haven't seen Cena done before, and Punk, some of the moves which Punk brings from ROH, like the suicide dive and all that kind of stuff. This was a great match in my opinion, candidate for match of the year maybe in my opinion. I'm not sure if I want to go that far.
Out of 2011, this has been by far the most best pay-per-view, so I'm going to say yes.
And it's because it's the most interesting storyline, and it's one of those matches where you cannot predict the outcome. Wasn't it, really? And I think the least expected one happened, in my opinion. Because after this fantastic match we have, Mr. McMahon comes out, and basically Cena stops him from calling the Screwjob finish, and then Punk wins the match, and he wins the WWE Championship. And at this point, as you can see from my live reaction video, I'm marking the fuck out. Because I was just like, oh my god, I can't believe they've actually made CM Punk win this match.
What I'm going to say is, Cena losing, of course you're going to get me overjoyed, you're going to get me buzzing, you're going to get me happy. So this was just pure awesome.
Yeah, and Cena is now fired. But no, wait a minute. Mr. McMahon calls out Alberto Del Rio, who totally fails, and Punk walks out of Chicago with the title in his hand, and I'm just like, fucking hell, what a great finish to this match. You're giving people what they want, finally. What a match, what a finish, what a story, and it just really summed up this pay-per-view, in my opinion. And best match of the night, best match of the year, possibly.
And what I'll say is that CM Punk has done what all the crowd want. He beat Cena, because if Cena beat him, the crowd would have just gone really crazy.
Yes.
So I'm glad they made Punk win. And the thing is, when they made him walk out the championship, again, he actually said goodbye to Vince, and it was just pure awesome way to finish the pay-per-view.
A great way to finish the pay-per-view, like NJ said. Overall thoughts on the pay-per-view, NJ? Again,
I'm going to look past the botches. I'm looking past the Divas match. I'm going to give it a good, solid B+.
Ooh, B+. Do you know what? I really want to give this show an A, but the problem is I don't think there was enough matches, and I don't think the Money in the Bank matches were as good as I thought. So for me, I'm going with you on this one. A solid B+ pay-per-view, mainly because we had a great main event, a great finish. Daniel Bryan wins the Money in the Bank, which was our surprise of the night. Christian also surprised us, and the Money in the Bank match is always guaranteed to be decent. And the main event, I can't say enough good words about the main event. It was brilliant the way it was done.
And what I say about pay-per-views is that they need to get you wanting to watch the next week's show or the following show.
I want to watch Raw so badly right now.
This has made us really want to see, is Punk going to turn up? What's Cena going to say? What's Vince McMahon going to say? What's Del Rio going to say? There's so many questions that need to be answered, and they've made us really want to watch Raw.
There are. This really sums up the quality of the pay-per-view, in my opinion. It was a very good quality pay-per-view, just because of the main event. B+ from both of us. But to be honest, you've heard our thoughts now. We want to hear your thoughts, but before we hear your thoughts,
this is what it's all about.
This, even though it's mirrored and you can't say it properly, this is what this pay-per-view is all about, and Daniel Bryan and Del Rio have got one, and now I've got one, and I'm just about to go cash my Money in the Bank in on CM Punk, so bye, NJ!
Oh dear, so what I'm going to say is you've heard it from the British Fist. This has been Money in the Bank review, and what I'll say from my half and Daniel Parkins is goodbye.